Hello, and welcome to Right or Not. I came across an interesting topic today, so I've put it together to share with you. China rarely releases official information, making cross-checking extremely difficult. Some of the content may not be entirely accurate, so please take it with a grain of salt. During Trump's first term, the Chinese representative in the US-China trade negotiations was Liu He. Liu He grew up with privilege in Beijing but was sent to rural Jilin province during the Cultural Revolution. He joined the 38th Army as a soldier, later returned to Beijing, and spent 5 years working in a radio factory. His turning point came with the reinstatement of the National College entrance exam in 1978. Exceptionally bright, Liu ranked near the top nationwide and was admitted to Renmin University. After graduating, he studied at Harvard and joined the State Planning Commission, beginning his elite career path. Despite his diverse background as a farmer, worker, soldier, student, and elite, Liu was known to struggle with personal relationships. During his time at Harvard, he made no close friends or lasting connections in the US. The key figure guiding Liu's path was Xi Jinping. Liu and Xi were classmates at Beijing 101 Middle School. Liu became deputy director of the Central Financial and Economic Affairs Commission office, led by Xi Jinping. After Xi rose to power, he entrusted Liu with increasingly important roles. Once celebrated as Xi's top advisor, Liu fell from grace due to corruption issues involving his son. Liu's son, Liu Tianran, and his business partner Richard Liu Qiangdong became key vulnerabilities. In 2016, Liu Tianran founded Skycas Capital. Skycas heavily invested in JD.com affiliates and rapidly grew to over 10 billion yuan in assets within 5 years. JD.com's single quotes S owner, Richard Liu, is known for a viral photo holding milk tea alongside his wife, milk tea girl Zhang Zishan, 17 years his junior. After marrying her, Richard Liu traveled to the US, where he was arrested following a sexual assault accusation by a yoga instructor. Both Richard Liu and Liu Tianran faced scandals. Xi Jinping banned the children of Politburo members from taking high-level positions in related sectors. Although Liu Tianran relinquished his Skycas shares, they were transferred to Tongmeng. Tongmeng had spent 17 years in national security and military roles, lacking financial experience. It was later revealed Liu Tianran continued to act as the de facto owner. It's unlikely Liu He was unaware, meaning he violated Xi's directive. In authoritarian regimes, overlooking subordinates' corruption is one thing, but disobeying direct orders is intolerable. In November 2022, Liu He stepped down from the Politburo and was effectively forced into retirement. On April 6, 2025, the Financial Times reported that Liu Tianran had been under detention for over 6 months due to corruption charges. This corroborated previous reports from 3 years earlier. FT interviewed Christopher Johnson, a former CIA officer and head of China Strategies Group. Johnson said an investigation into Liu He's son indicates unknown power shifts in China. Normally, princelings return ill-gotten gains and are left alone. His arrest suggests the guardrails are down. Another former CIA China analyst noted, if Liu's son is under investigation, Liu He is likely restrained to and appears to have lost his political clout. Other close Xi allies who rose quickly have also faced setbacks. Qin Gang, Xi's former aide, experienced a similar downfall. Initially thought to be due to an affair with Hong Kong anchor Fu Zhaoshan, other theories have since emerged. Political observers say infidelity alone wouldn't have toppled such a favoured figure. The implication is that the scandal was more serious. In October 2022, the US-China Aerospace Studies Institute COSI released a 242-page report on China's rocket force. It included detailed information on personnel, base locations, and missile deployments, data inaccessible even to lower-ranking officers. China's Communist Party launched an internal probe, arresting over 10 senior rocket force officers. The top commander and political commissar were replaced. Vice Commander Wu Guihu committed suicide during the investigation. The probe found the rocket force commander's son, who had studied in the US, leaked the documents. The son, addicted to drugs while studying abroad, sold the information to the US for a large sum. Qin Gang, then China's ambassador to the US, reportedly received updates on the breach. Fu Zhaoshan, Qin's alleged mistress, was also affiliated with China's General Staff Department GSD 2nd Bureau, Chinese equivalent to the CIA. Rocket Force Commander Liu He sought Fu's help to suppress the scandal. Qin reportedly failed to properly brief the party on the data breach. Though not directly involved, his failure to report fully led Xi to view it as betrayal. Qin lost Xi's trust, stepped down from all public positions, and disappeared from official events. Xi's inner circle also includes top military figures. The highest ranking among them is He Weidong, Vice Chairman of the Central Military Commission (CMC). The CMC has two vice chairmen who oversee China's 2 million-strong military under Xi. He Weidong is third in command after Xi and Zhang Yuxia. In March 2025, the Financial Times reported he was detained for corruption. Allegations included illicit real estate funding and affairs with subordinates. After China's secessions ended on March 11th, he vanished from public view. Other generals like Wang Haobin Rocket Force, Lin Xiaoyang Eastern Theater, and Wang Shubin Southern Theater also disappeared from official rosters. They all belonged to the Fujian faction, tied to Xi's early political career.
The Fujian faction He Weidong had long rivaled the Shaanxi faction Zhang Yuxia. With He's downfall, the Fujian faction collapsed. Only Dong Jun defense minister remains as a known Fujian figure in high office.
Military power is now concentrated under Zhang Yuxia and the Shaanxi faction. Rumors suggest the Shaanxi faction used corruption as a tool to purge their Fujian rivals. Recently, the Plour Daily published a commentary titled Uphold Collective Leadership. It stated, all major decisions must be made through group discussions. Individuals must submit to the organization, and the few to the many. The article was interpreted as a criticism of Xi's one-man rule and a call to restore collective leadership. The message implies discontent within the party as some elites push for a return to more balanced governance. Taiwan's United Daily News described it as a rare challenge to the presidential responsibility system under Xi.